The Friday before my surgery, Alan was at work, the girls were at school, and I was by myself that day, and the weight of a bilateral mastectomy was weighing so heavily on me that day. I mean, it had been just kind of creeping up, like becoming more and more real as the closer we got to that surgery date. That Friday before, I was just so overwhelmed with fear. I just I couldn't focus on anything else. I was a mess. I was scared. And I remember praying and just asking God to calm my fears, to help me focus on Him, so that I would be able to continue the next couple of days without, being overwhelmed like this. And as I'm praying, my phone rang, and I looked, and it was Indiana Wesleyan. It popped up, and so I knew immediately it was my dad. So I answered, and he said, "Hey, Sugar," which is what he calls us. All of his girls he calls Sugar. He said, "Do you have time for a call?" And I said, "Absolutely." And he said, "Well, I've gathered everybody at the office who's been praying with you this whole time, praying for you this whole time. And we just want to pray with you now, if that's okay." Yes, that is okay, please. So I got to hear my dad and then coworkers, faithful prayer warriors, go around a circle and lift me and my family up for exactly what I was just crying out to the Lord about not having fear, trusting in Him. God had heard my specific prayer and prompted my dad, and the prayer warriors came calling. It was awesome. I hung up and I felt strengthened. I felt heard. My prayer had been answered, and I knew it. I continue on trying to get things done around the house before my surgery. I'm not going to be able to even lift a milk jug, let alone do laundry, and so I'm trying to catch up on stuff around the house, and the enemy, doing what he does, just starts making me think again about the surgery coming up, about all of the what ifs with a major surgery. And I recognize this time that I'm starting to worry, and worry leads to fear. And I don't want that. I know who I trust. So I started praying again and just telling the Lord what I'm scared of. I'm stating my fear to Him as clearly as I can. And I'm asking Him to help. And my phone rings again. And this time it's my grandma and grandpa. Their number pops up. And my grandma is the one that would talk on the phone. She's the phone talker, so I expected it to be her voice. But it was my grandpa. And he said, "Hi, Amy, it's Grandpa. We've been praying for you today. Can I pray with you right now?" And again, my prayer was answered. This time with my sweet grandpa lifting me up. Asking God to strengthen me. Asking God to calm my fears. Asking God to be so clearly present that I could feel Him. And those prayers were answered. I was able to continue on the rest of the weekend and and know what was coming, but not give in to the fear tactics.